you, Bill. The next reader is Neil English.
Good afternoon. Bill had to go and mention fire hose. I had already set this poem aside. It is difficult to choose. It was such an innocent statement, popped out at a lunch break while building a house in Northwood. It must have been tough over there, was all he said. And I remained silent. How strange that which can trigger the mind to retrace a moment 39 years past in vivid detail. Sweet dreams. Nightfall again. The liquid heat of a jungle day lingers like steaming rocks in a storm. Exhausted, we roast and perspire in our racks. The conversation dies. Sweet dreams, he says. And yet another night of my life is about to be spent with this hoochmate from Indiana, Pennsylvania. I slip into fitful sleep, ready to bolt for the bunker at the first rude thud of incoming, dreaming of the day when the fires of this infernal war will be extinguished, when sweet dreams will come not from him, but from that woman I love. I jolt awake at his sharp reproach. English, go back to bed. It's only a dream. Dongtown, Xinjiang province, Republic of South Vietnam. Almost 0 to 100 hours. 312 nights left to go. And here I'm perched, naked, atop a piece of plywood we call the desk, face pressed, Junebug-like against the window's wire mesh, meant to keep out grenades. Screaming out into the blackness, send in more fire hose. More fire hose. Move you up in time a bit. Another war. Crow Tribunal. A November day on a November dawn on Double Day. And all the world is rising, flood tide rising, red orb of sun rising over the spine of Westport Island. Now, a distant whir as crows also rise. But whirring escalates from barely audible triple call through raspy insults hurled to avian fiendish frenzy. Crows convened in military tribunal, spiraling upward now above the shore and that still shadowed line of pine, then descending to mete out quick justice, death by pecking for that one accused of sleeping on watch or missed alarm. Oh, dear God, master of this universe, I pray that you have imbued these birds with far greater intellect than man, that every sentence handed down be nothing short of infallible. Over the morning bowl of shredded wheat, he opened the newspaper to page 4, the photograph snapped into vivid focus. Somewhere in the bowels of mid-America, Indiana is close enough for this narrative. The ammunition assembly line churned out its elevated production quota. And the reporter worried that if peace were to break out, unemployment would surely follow. September 10th, 2007. Today we learned that which we already knew, that we must stay the same old course, that more destruction and death will surely follow. Today, we heard impassioned pleas of young women forcibly ejected from congressional hearing, their voices raised high in dissent. Bring them home. Bring them home. We need more young women's voices and less of the general lying. I can honestly say that despite my rather considerable memory, I cannot, for the life of me, remember the circumstances described in this poem. But my wife, Lee, remembers. She remembers her unbridled fear with a clarity that is chilling to this day. I've taken the liberty of placing this poem in the setting of my grade school, Union School, Dunstable, Massachusetts. The day is Wednesday, April 9th, 1958, after morning recess. Just in from morning recess, cloakroom overflowing with brightly colored spring jackets. The minute hand, 2 dots past 4. The hour hand is on the 10. Second grade. A time of learning, a time of wonder. Then, the teacher's voice, more shrill than usual. Now, children, this is a drill. When you hear the playing, see the flash of light in the sky, 1,000 times brighter than the sun, dive beneath your wooden desk. Put your head between your knees until what, Miss Rutledge? But her voice had trailed off into silence. And she failed to mention, pray your final prayer while living on the face of this earth. If this had been an actual emergency, we would not have had the time to do any of the above. Companion poem, Cave Mountain, 1959. I don't remember the entire summer day. I only remember snippets like misshapen cutouts pasted in a hastily assembled scrapbook. I remember how metallic the cargo compartment seemed in the blue 55 Chevy station wagon. I remember the dust-choked trail, the wilted Indian paintbrush bending low. I remember Bill guiding Bill and his wife and his war bride, Iko, to that cave mountain cave. I remember Bill telling me that Iko had been completely nonverbal since that horrible August day in Nagasaki, when the sun splashed and wilted more than flowers. But that he had married her anyway, brought her home to stateside, hoping she would one day recover. At 9 years old, I didn't know how all the puzzling pieces fit together. But today, I remember Iko staring out of that cave, her shaded, vacant eyes searching the distant horizon, her delicate head panning back and forth, back and forth. Though 49 years have passed since that fragmented scrapbook of a day, I can still see Iko silently searching for what the fat man stole. Sneak preview. We met 6 months before your birth. You stared out in disbelief with that "excuse me" look, where your beautiful face would grow to be sonogrammed so soon into the present. And I stared in at the safety of your fetal nest, hid my involuntary tear from your mother's gaze, and prayed that, in gestation time remaining, we might make this world a more peaceful place for you.